Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 Last Frontier, episode number 6. We're in the final moments of our field creation. I did use the Courseplay for a really good chunk of this, but eventually the Courseplay ran into the rocks. We were halfway through the field at that point, at least, and I had to come back from AFK, and since then I've just been finishing the job myself. You can see here at the end, a little wild, and that's what plowing will do to you, just pure boredom. Pure boredom. It's so tedious, and you miss those itty-bitty little spots, and since you're doing field creation, you can't afford to do that because the whole process is then ruined from that point on. That one little spot is going to grow back full of grass and just be a real nuisance. So the most tedious part of this game is absolutely what I'm finishing up right now, and that is that field creation process. And plowing in general, really, but especially field creation. But like I said, I at least got some help, about half the field, out of the Courseplay, and that is something I can get on board and stay on board with, because there will certainly be new fields to create as we bring in money and certainly upgrade our equipment. Now, without seasons on here, payouts have been pretty good for a lot of things, and good payouts certainly lead to the kind of money you need to upgrade a little more rapidly. The fields really aren't that expensive, the plots of land here, but it's the work that's going to go through each one, and I certainly don't want to immediately jump from this into purchasing another field, because this is just one section of this plot of land that we're doing here. And before we get to doing massive fields, like fields the size of the land that you're purchasing, I don't want to get into that anytime soon. We need some massive equipment, especially when it comes to having a big, strong tractor that can really, really pull a much larger plow than this one. We're going to still have rocks around somewhere, somehow, and that's always going to be a challenge, but here in these final moments on this field, it does feel good to get this done. I didn't show the Courseplay setup on camera here this time, but I certainly will do that in the future. It's a little bit of a tutorial, but I'm certainly not in the position of doing tutorials. Yes, I might have logged tons of hours on FS15 and a good amount of hours on FS17, but I took a pretty long break from Farming Simulator before just recently picking up FS19, and there's a lot of things that I'm still picking up on myself and kind of either remembering how to do, or new things that I never did in the originals that I'm doing now. But we'll be done with this here in a moment. See, the detail for the course is actually still there. We finished 1,001 waypoints of 1,800, so just over half the field was completed through that process, and here we go. This will just about do it. And even just doing this little section is taking us a long time. It's not helping that we do not have a weight on the front of this tractor, and it teeters, especially while turning around fairly often. Looks like one more pass will do it, and then this field will be done. Now, the obvious next step, if I had a second tractor, would be to set up one to seed the field, and then use the other to go mow the grass on the remainder of the property. Bale that. But as we only have one tractor right now, we're going to have to take that task on ourselves. But that does it. We're going to turn off, there we go, limit to fields. And I think this was a little higher up last time. But move this to the back. You know what? A little too close here. Let's back that up a little further. There we go. Now, how do we want to get out of here? I suppose we'll have to go around. Quite the array of equipment here in the field at the moment, as we just do not have proper storage. So I think I mentioned this an episode or two ago, but I very much will want to buy another storage shed early, very early on, so that we can properly store this equipment, especially before we get any sort of rain. Oh, it was already unfolded. Set that back out. And here we go to our field. Now, I wonder if Courseplay is going to work properly this time around, and I'll do that real quickly. Off camera. Courseplay does have a tendency to kind of skip this first row. I noticed that last time as well. But it gets going, and I can always come back and clean up that first row. I have this set up for a large number of headlands, unlike what is normal. Reason for that is it can go around and around the field, and the last headland should take it just to the outside of this rock formation. So then by the time it comes back, it'll start doing its rows up and down, and by the time it makes contact with the rock formation, which for whatever reason object detection is not picking up these two rock formations on the Courseplay generator, but by the time it hits that, it's going to be almost done with the course, and that's going to give me the time to go AFK a little bit longer, because this early tedious projects like this, the plowing, the cultivating, and the seeding, a medium-sized field with small equipment just takes a really long time. So this is a great time saver. Courseplay is definitely a very useful tool in single player. Now, what it would do better is having multiple tractors and being able to do tedious work like this while I go off and do other work on another field or somewhere else on the farm. And that is the ideal scenario, and we'll get there. We've got 42,000 right now. We're going to have to harvest this field, the other field, and or at least sell another 10, 20 bales on through cutting grass through the rest of the farm. I don't think there's going to be enough, though, to earn enough money to go out and buy a second tractor just yet. So, little mixed bag of what it is that I can do early on. Of course, I could be like other YouTubers and just spam in some money for myself. But no, you know what, I'm not okay with that. I'd much rather do the long play and work my way through, but that's going to involve taking advantage of things where I can. That's still definitely not cheating. I'll see you back when we get closer to the end of the cultivation of this field. After nailing down the headlands perfectly, now coming through the middle of the field, it's clear that the Courseplay is missing almost everything, and we're going to have to essentially redo all of it if I allow Courseplay to continue. So we're going to go ahead and stop the driver and take over, even though there's still a good amount to do. We'll close that and we'll take care of it ourselves. Since I'm in this position, let's go ahead and begin with the remainder of the exterior of the field. I don't have to get it perfect. I'm going to make a single trip around here and get the worst of it, if not all of it, and then we will work our way in to the middle of the field. This outside is definitely not a section that needs to be perfect, though I will make sure I get at least the inside part of it. That outer edge, that's okay. Starting to get a little bit dark here. Suppose we'll have to turn on some working lights. It's only dark down here in the shade, but I suppose it's early enough out on the rest of the field that maybe we'll turn the lights off again. This is the only time we're going to have to get down this low. And see if the sleep mechanic actually works on the bed. So into the kitchen, make a little dinner. Sit in the couch. Can't watch TV. We actually don't have power. We do have a generator, but I'd like to get a windmill so we can start generating a bit of our own power. Take a bath in this dirty, dirty thing, and then we'll see if we can... aha! There you go. We can sleep for a number of hours. A little early. Let's sleep for a little bit longer here. I think we're past the... we are past the sleep point. I woke up a little early. That's okay. We'll turn the light on. Have some breakfast. Da-da-da-da. Wash the dishes. Go milk the cows, but there's no cows to milk yet. Use the outhouse. Oh, this is gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. Yeah, we'll get out of there as soon as possible. Gotta unload. It's been a busy day. Busy day. Alright. Get out of there. Use lights for a little bit, but the sun is definitely coming up. Seeder hoses hooked up, ready to go. Oh, that was close. No, no, no. That one. Better lights. Oh my goodness, look at all those weeds in the field. It's growing very quickly though. That's late stage growing already. That's gonna be ready awfully quick. Which is good, because, you know, we need some money. But this field, cultivated, ready to go. Growth cycle apparently is quite quick. We do want to change this from wheat. Suppose we could do barley as a crop rotation type thing, though it's still 2 cereals. As we get ourselves up here, we'll go ahead and set up Courseplay again. There's still plenty to do for me, for this episode, for our time. So we're going to clear out what we have, reload the course, and let's see, we want to, there we go, course generation. Now the working width is going to be a little bit different on this. No, apparently it's the same as the other one. So the headland passes of 9 worked out pretty well for us, and I actually think we could squeeze a 10th in there. It was really close, but there's multiple tools. We'll see. No, it should work both. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit tighter, that last one. We'll see if it actually goes, but that does limit the area a bit. Make sure it's working. I'm not seeing either one come down yet. Though it looks planted. Still not seeing either show up. Maybe it takes it out at the end, like a hired worker. Yeah. They are. Well, this one's definitely quicker. Maybe I'll just do it myself. Especially the fact that we're paying them instead of making our money. Now, as quick as the growth period seems to be on that other one, you can see how quickly our grass is growing back already. It is definitely not taking long in game, and in terms of maintenance, that's going to allow us to make profit really quick compared to seasons where you're getting 1 or 2 crop cycles in a year. And depending on how long you're running the seasons for, there's a pretty significant margin for, you know, what's happening in that cycle. So I think that makes it clear if we're replanting that often, cultivating a wider cultivator is very much a short-term thing. This seeder and fertilizer combo is going to be pretty dang good. That's going to do it for this field. It's also going to do it for this episode. See how close I got to actually getting everything. Yeah, just a couple little spots that we missed other than a couple corners. So pretty dang good the way that worked out. And meanwhile, our southern field is already nearly done. So by time we mow the grass and row it, bale it, collect it, sell it from this area and the other, you know, the rest of our property, that field might be grown by then. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and that's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get this thing turned. Not quite. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Bye for now.